8:45, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Niranjan Abesundara. Teachers' Appreciation Work Plan will commence tomorrow under the patronage of the Prime Minister at Temple Trees. The Prime Minister instructs central bank officials to take steps to minimize problems when deducting loan payments from the public who are facing various difficulties due to the pandemic. Sri Lanka reports 1,631 new cases of COVID-19. Coronavirus update, 1,667 more patients discharged upon recovery. Chairman of the Express Pearls local agency granted bail. In news overseas, Israel strikes in Gaza after fire balloons launched. In sports news, Celtic face Midland in Champions League. The Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa instructed central bank officials to take steps to minimize problems when deducting loan payments from the public who are facing various difficulties due to the pandemic. The Prime Minister gave instructions during a discussion today at Temple Trees. Central Bank representative briefed the Prime Minister on maintaining a strong economy amid the pandemic. The Prime Minister pointed out the need to provide financial relief to the people under the prevailing circumstances. The Ministry of Health reports that another 1,631 persons have tested positive for coronavirus today. All new cases are associated with the New Year COVID-19 cluster. This brings the total number of COVID-19 cases confirmed in the country thus far to 229,887. Presently, 33,427 infected patients are being treated at hospitals and treatment centres across the island. Meanwhile, the number of total recoveries has reached 194,144. As many as 1,160 more coronavirus patients were discharged from medical care within the last 24 hours as they returned to health, according to the Ministry of Health. This brings the total number of recoveries from COVID-19 in the country to 194,145. Sri Lanka has so far reported 220,256 positive cases of COVID-19 and 31,851 of them are still being treated at the hospitals and treatment centres. Death toll from the outbreak of the pandemic meanwhile stands at 2,315. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Economic centres will be kept open tomorrow and the day after for wholesale purposes. This will also serve the needs of the mobile sales. Individual traders could purchase vegetables and fruits. Meanwhile, distribution permits of essential services are extended till the 21st of June. The period of revenue licenses of the vehicles in the Northwestern Province has been extended till the 30th of this month. Registration process of Northwestern Province was suspended due to the COVID outbreak. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Teachers' Appreciation Work Plan will commence tomorrow under the patronage of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees. The 2,500 rupee allowance will be provided to preschool teachers. The process also will begin tomorrow. The National Policy Plan for Preschool will be presented to the Prime Minister tomorrow. That was the main news broadcast.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on to Watchlight. The consumers seriously complain about the price hikes on some essential food items, including vegetables and fruits. They also complain about the hygienic quality of the foods, vegetables and fruits when they're sold on the roads. The quality of the goods may differ when brought through small lorries without any proper conditions. This was the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority and came to you in Watchlight. On to world news. Israel strikes in Gaza after fire balloons launched. Taishan nuclear plant, China admits damage to fuel rods. Spiderweb blanket Australian landscape after floods. Israel said it carried out airstrikes in Gaza overnight as the Palestinians launched incendiary balloons from their territory in the first major flare-up since an 11-day conflict last month. Israeli military said it targeted compounds belonging to Hamas, the militant group that controls Gaza. The incendiary balloons sparked 20 fires in southern Israel yesterday. Hamas said they were a response to a march by Israeli nationalists on occupied East Jerusalem. The Chinese government has acknowledged damage to fuel rods at the nuclear power plant in the south of the country, but said no radioactivity has leaked. China's Minister of Ecology and Environment said the problem was common, with no need for concern. Admission comes after CNN reported that the US government was assessing a reported leak at the facility. Massive spider webs stretching across trees and paddocks have formed near towns in Australia recently hit by floods. Residents in Victoria's Gippsland region say the gossamer-like whales appeared after days of heavy rain. In one area, a spider web covered more than a kilometre along the road. Experts say the whales are created by a survival tactic known as ballooning, where spiders throw out silk to climb to high ground. That's the headlines of the world news. Israel strikes in Gaza after fire balloons launched. Taishan nuclear plant, China admits damage to fuel rods. Spider webs blanket Australian landscape after floods. That is world news. Development news. 284 mega projects, each worth 1 billion rupees, are being implemented at present in island-wide locations. 40 ministries are involved in these development activities. There are 41 drinking water, water supply and road development projects included in these mega projects. That is development news. On to sports news. It's soccer. Celtic will face Danish Superliga runners-up Midtjylland in Champions League second qualifying round. And Postcoglu's first test will come at home with the first leg on 20th and 21st of July and the return the following week. In the Conference League, Aberdeen will face Häcken of Sweden and Hibernian will play Månskalp in Gibraltar or Andorra Santa Coloma. Both will be at home in the second qualifying round on July 22nd with the return leg a week later. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation signed a memorandum of understanding with the Hambantota International Ports Group last week to develop the Hambantota Port as a strategic energy centre in Sri Lanka's at the Ministry of Energy, with top officials of CPC and HIPG participating. A separate storage terminal will be associated facilities for both domestic and export purposes connected to the port via a pipeline to be established by the CPC about 15 kilometres away from the port. That was business news.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news. Courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
March quarter earnings surged by 207% year-on-year to 110.8 billion rupees. And this was led by diversified financials, 98% year-on-year, which included capital goods, 214% year-on-year, food, beverage and tobacco, 69% year-on-year, banks 70% year-on-year, and materials 27% year-on-year. Meanwhile, First Capital also said that multiple sectors performed energetically. They included diversified financial, food, beverage and tobacco, capital goods, banks and materials sectors that witnessed exceptional results. That is economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Weather department says several spells of showers will occur in the western, central and Sabaragamuwa provinces and the Galle Matara districts. Wind speed will be 30 to 40 kilometers per hour in the northern, western slopes of Settle Hills, northern, central and northwestern provinces and Hambantota and Trincomalee districts. Wind speed can increase up to 20 kilometers per hour at times in these areas. This weather report was published this evening at 4:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com predicts that Colombo weather could be generally cloudy in the night with temperature of 27 centigrade. The Colombo temperature would be around 27 centigrade at the time of this news broadcast. Tonight's weather will be around 27 centigrade and there will be scattered showers with occasional thunderstorms in selected spots late in the night. The air quality index is 20, which shows an excellent condition in Colombo. The air quality is ideal for most individuals to enjoy their normal indoor and outdoor activities. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Back to the headlines of the new Teachers' Appreciation Work Plan will commence tomorrow under the pattern of the Prime Minister at Temple Trees. The Prime Minister instructs central bank officials to take steps to minimize problems when deducting loan payments from the public who are facing great difficulty due to the pandemic. Sri Lanka reports 1,631 new cases of COVID-19. Coronavirus update, 1,667 more patients discharged upon recovery. Child Express Pearl's local agency granted bail. In news overseas, Israel strikes in Gaza after fire balloons launched. In sports news, Celtic face Midtjylland in Champions League. That are the news that keep you entertained at close of transmission at 10, playing your favorite song for you, eagerly waiting to keep you obliged. Yes, indeed, Mario Vijayawardena onto the glass panel. Mario, the microphone is all yours.